When I was younger, I used to journal a lot and make sure that I would stay kind of present in each training, each game, and I had like an actual performance journal, and it had little prompts for like before training and after training, and what do I want to work on today? How do I think it went? And kind of rating yourself and just making sure that you stay present in each training and purposeful in each training and game. And I think like more often than not, players allow like weeks and months to go past and you don't really keep track of what you're really working on and stay in it. So that really helped me when I was younger. I think as I got older and as I became more experienced in football, the overthinking is what I struggled with. So, knowing so much and then also still struggling, like, really gets to you as a player because you're like, I know that I need to do this and this and this, and I know that this is the tactics. Why can't I like put it all together? And I think when you're younger and you're not overthinking anything, you just go out and play, and that just happens to like work. And when you become professional and you have all this pressure riding on being able to perform, it's very, very hard to go back to the player that just gets to play without the pressure. But that's the secret, and that's like what everyone's trying to do. So there's been a few different ways that I've, been trying to work at that, and it's definitely not something that you achieve and it's done. I work with a few psychologists. I have a performance psych at my club and then a personal psych outside of football. And yeah, for me, it's been a lot about keeping football as my happy place and my kind of, my easy thing. I study outside of football, and I always say to people, it's kind of like a self hack that I have this really hard thing outside of football that allows football to keep being the thing that just comes naturally and keep being the thing that I try not to overthink. And for the most part, it works. But obviously, yeah, it's a constant.
Wow. There's so much richness in that answer you've just given all of us, I think, there, because there's, of course, there's the part about you kind of owning your story as a young player in the journaling, which is really powerful. And of course, I think journaling is one of those things that you don't realize how powerful it is until you start doing it. And you kind of will underestimate it until you start doing it, right? And then there's this part about keeping it as the joy, as the fun thing, as the not so difficult thing, as you said. And I saw a relationship to how you were talking about how it was when you were younger and the joy you had in playing the game there because you weren't overthinking it. And of course, I mean, we all know that's the bit where I guess football crosses over with regular life is all of us are overthinking everything, right? And we can't handle the uncertainty of it. But that last bit about that hack of actually having that really difficult thing so that it keeps football as the joy, like I think there's something that every footballer on the planet could learn from that, actually. So like I really hope they see that answer because that's brilliant. That's really genius.
Yeah. And it's not a exact science by any means, but I think that has been the main thing that I've struggled with throughout my career is trying to not overthink and trying to play without pressure. And I think, that those few years that I was on the outskirts of the national team and I was so close and I wanted it so bad, created this like perfectly terrible environment for that headspace of overthinking. And, I want it so bad and I'm doing everything right and then it's just not coming together. And I think those few years, especially when I first came to FCN, of trying to, play my style of football and not overthink what it meant or, the consequences of my performances each match. I needed to like knuckle down and kind of figure it out